Yeah. Hello, friends. I am Chevee. Welcome to my shed. How are you doing? I just did. Maybe I'll show it at the end. I don't normally edit these things, but I just did something really stupid, and I have no clue why. But I'll put it at the end probably. I'm a little giddy right this minute, and I'm not sure why, but I'm enjoying it, and so I'm trying to embrace it by being down here and making something. I don't know what it's going to be yet. I've been goofing off on the table saw and the bandsaw behind me. I wanted to pull out my router and make something, but I didn't want to clean up the mess. So I think that until I get a dust collection system built, I'm not going to be using the router for making what I want to make. But the process is still that I want to. What am I talking about? Processes? No, the plan is still I want to make stuff. So that's why I'm down here goofing off. And I've had this. I'm sure if you've been here for any length of time, you've seen me go through this process so many times where it's like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and I want to do it, and I got to figure it out. And I feel like I'm coming to grips with the idea that the person that I am today is very different from the person that I was 4 years ago when I started my antidepressants. We've talked about the antidepressants, we've talked about the effect, and when I chose to take them, it was a conscious choice. I knew very well the negative effects of taking antidepressants. And I was okay with it at that time. I was okay with it because of how bad everything else was. And it's been 4 years now, and I'm now at this point where I'm starting to question, do I still need them? But thinking about stopping them causes me anxiety because when my father stopped them, he had some serious issues. But anyway. So that gives me some anxiety, which is interesting because I'm on an anti-anxiety medication. But I'm getting to the point now where it has been almost 4 years since I've really created anything. I mean, obviously I've created. That would be a lie to say that I haven't created anything. I've done a lot of drawing, I've made things, I've built stuff. I've done this show now for 500 and some episodes. I've made videos that aren't normal. I've made complex electronical things. I've made stuff, but I haven't, not like I used to. Not on the same creative level that I used to be at. It's a much diminished creative level, to the point that in order for me to get excited about anything, it has to be my thing. So my mom will send me all this stuff like, I need you to make me this, I need you to make me that, because she sells crafts, and I don't get excited about any of it. Whereas before I would have just made it because it's something to do. Now it's like, I have to have that spark, and that spark really is so infrequent now that it's very hard to get down here and do something. And so I'm starting to question the antidepressants, and we'll see. But ultimately, I'm in this spot where I've got this tension that's inside of me right now that is kind of pulling in a bunch of different directions, and the tension just feels like I need to make something, and I need to make it available, and I need to see a return. Not necessarily monetarily, but I'm ready to snap. I think not go crazy snap, but I really want to create again. I miss it so much. I used to make games all the time, and I haven't made a game in years. But that's not necessarily what I'm talking about. I want to make something. So I've been trying to come up with should I start a small Etsy shop of products? What would those products be? I've been thinking about making some signs, customizable, crafty kind of signs that you could order. I've been thinking about making the headphone stand that I made at work, stuff like that available, or even small furniture pieces like children's stools that are hand carved or something like that. I've been thinking about a lot of that stuff. I've been thinking about making more of the coffee thingies. I've also been thinking about some website ideas that I've had for a while. I'd like to maybe explore making some sort of, technology-based products like websites or just applications that I find a need for, and figuring out a way to be entrepreneurial and market and sell them. And when it goes back to last year, I was getting ready to launch this new company based on the software that I had, and I have since sold it to my current employer. And I'm very comfortable and very confident in that solution for that particular piece of software. But that has taken that drive out of me that I had there for a little while that was really important to me, because it was like, yes, I'm going to do this thing. And so now I still have that, I want to do something entrepreneurial, but I'm not sure what it's going to be yet. And in fact, one of you even commented on the video where I explained that I was selling it, that it wasn't a very entrepreneurial thing to do. And I agree. I completely agree with you. But it was the right thing for that piece of software. So my problem now is coming up with something new, coming up with something that I can create, something that I can pour energy into regularly and see some sort of return from it. Whether it is a website or whether it is some sort of physical handmade product that I'm selling, I got to figure out what it is. So that's what I'm down here doing. I'm just goofing off and trying to think of ideas. And whereas before the antidepressants, ideas would be just falling out of my head. I would just have notepads full of ideas. I don't have any ideas. I have no concept of what I could, what sort of value I could bring to somebody else. So if you have any suggestions, hit me up, put them in the comments. Maybe if we can come up with like some sort of group think list, and then we'll have some sort of, maybe I'll make some of them, and maybe we'll build a show about it. Maybe we'll work on that together. I don't know. I'm interested in talking about it. I love talking to you guys. So here we are. Thank you for watching this, whatever the hell this was. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being great friends, and I will see you tomorrow.
Hey, Doc, wait! I want to ask you something.
Today's random fact comes from todayifoundout.com, which, by the way, is one of the best websites on the internet. Go there. Why is the wedding ring worn on the third finger of the left hand? According to tradition, believed to have been derived from the Romans, the wedding ring is worn on the left hand ring finger because there was thought to be a vein in the finger referred to as vena amoris, or the vein of love, said to be directly connected to the heart. Hello friends, I am Chevee. Welcome to my shed. How are you doing today? Why am I talking like this? I have no idea. Maybe I'm William Shatner.